Hi guys, my name's Marco Cafolla and this is a lockdown sessions video for Loud and Proud. In today's video we're going to have a look at soloing, and specifically soloing for keyboard players. Where do we start? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through tips and techniques that's helped me as a keyboard player and will hopefully help you too. So we're going to focus on the minor pentatonic scale in the key of C today. It's a good blanket scale, which means it can be used over so many chord progressions, and it's a great place to start for soloing. So we'll have a look at how we are different from guitarists and saxophone players. Like, we can't bend notes like they can, but we can hammer on in different ways, or things that are specific to keyboard. Like, we can do two-handed solos, which means we're playing the exact same thing in both hands at the same time, which other instruments can't do. We'll also look at chord inversions, singing or solo. All these different techniques will help define your solo and make it a better part of the song. So let's have a look at it. Okay guys, so we're going to start with the C minor pentatonic scale. That's the scale we're going to use for the soloing. So let's just go through the notes. C, E flat, F, G, B flat, and top C. Back down, C, B flat, G, F, E flat, C. That's our scale. Let's just do it one more time. C, E flat, F, G, B flat, C, C, B flat, G, F, E flat, C. And that's the notes we'll be using. C minor pentatonic. But if you're new to soloing or you've not soloed a lot, where do you start? How do you keep it interesting? So let's just go through a couple of different techniques that we can use to help make the solo more interesting. Grace notes is like on a guitar when you can bend strings. We can't do that on the piano, but we can use grace notes just like this. B flat C. So what we're doing is we're hammering up. We're just using the same scale. B flat G. The same scale. We can't bend notes like guitars or saxophones, but we can hammer notes like that. Also, like in the previous lessons, we talked about chord inversions, and we can use chord inversions for soloing as well. So let's just break it down. The C minor here. C, E flat, G. Then first inversion. E flat, G, C. And then second, G, C, E flat. So we can use this in the solos as well. But remember, we've got the B flat now. So let's add that in. B flat. And then first inversion, E flat, G, B flat, C. Second, G, B flat, C, E flat. And then lastly with the B flat, the bass. So as I was talking about in that other lesson, with your chord inversions, we can now use that to solo. Another keyboard soloing technique is called the two-handed solo, where basically you're playing the same on your left hand as you're playing the right hand. And the theory behind it is, if you're doing that, then you're really focused and you really hear the sound, like this. Just using the notes of the minor pentatonic scale that we went over, and the theory behind it is, if you can do it with both hands at the same time, then you're really writing your solo before it even comes out your head. Another good soloing technique is singing your solo. So you're just singing exactly what you're playing on the keyboard. Again, it's just another great way to define your solo and what you're trying to get out of your head. So I'm not a singer at all, but I'll just show you a quick example of it. Now, you don't have to put this into a microphone, but this is just to show you how to do it. Apologies for my singing there. I'm just trying to show you that I know the solo that's in my head because I'm singing it and playing it at the exact same time. So I've already written it in my head before it comes out in the fingers and I'm singing it. And that can only help you define your solo, and it's going to make it a better one. Again, I'm just using the C minor pentatonic scale. So that's a lot of different ideas that we can use in a solo. So what I've done now is I've created a loop just on the one chord on the C minor that I can incorporate all these techniques into. So I'm going to play through it, I'll speak over it as I'm doing it, and then you guys can try it as well. What I'll do at the end of the video is I'll leave that loop playing for you as well, so you can then jam along and practice your ideas too. Let's check it out. So you've got all these notes, but where do you start? So a good technical exercise to do is to start with one note. So what I've did is I've just created a little loop in C minor just on the one chord so that we can keep it going round and round. So every couple of bars I'm just going to add in an extra note like this. So here's the groove. So I can only play the C note to start with first, and then the next time through I'll add the next note, the E flat, and so on, just like this. 1. 2 different notes. So when you're limited like this, you have to think more about it. 3 notes. 4. You can see it developing now. The 5 notes. And everything. Let's try the two-handed solo I was talking about. Let's try singing it now. Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Inversions. The 7th. So there you go guys, a bunch of different techniques that we can try. You can go back through this video and pick them out one at a time. And once you're feeling comfortable with that, then what we can actually do is add in another note, the flattened 5th, and that just makes it the C blues scale, and that will just give us a different colour. Let's go through those notes. This one. So the flattened 5th, the G flat, just gives it that extra cooler colour. And that just gives us another weapon in our arsenal for the soloing. Let's try it. Here it just gives it that little edge. So what I'll do is at the end of the video, I'll leave this loop on so you guys can jam along with it and practice all these different ideas. Well done guys, I think that's plenty for today. Hopefully there's some tips and techniques that will help your soloing too. So go back to the video, single out little sections that you like, practice them, practice. You don't have to use all of these, just take the bits that you like and incorporate it into your own playing. Remember, after this video finishes playing, I'm going to leave that track, that loop going, so that you can jam along and practice all these ideas. See you next time.